What's up, everybody? I want to welcome you to another episode of Firehouse Online. Look, we got some special things in store today. I'm sitting down with my main man, my homie from around the way, Trey, the producer. We excited to have you in the building today. And we're going to be talking about some dope things. We're going to get in depth about Trey and you know what he does and why he does it. We're going to get behind the why of Trey the Producer.
Let's do it.
All right? Now look, for those of you all who may not know, Trey the Producer is his stage name. He's a rapper, he's a producer, amen. He's a minister of the gospel, amen. And Trey is doing some amazing things. So why don't you go ahead and tell him about some of the things you already have out, some of the things you're going to get ready to do.
So I have a single out called Making Moves.
Okay.
And I dropped it in January, and I have another single coming out April 24th called No Worries with my guy Darius James. And how this whole thing had came about with just the whole thing of me getting back into rapping. I actually didn't want to do it anymore. I wanted to just focus on producing, but I felt the Lord had called me to come back to rapping because that was the ministry side of what he wanted me to be in. And I kept trying to shy away from it, and I just kept getting convicted about it, and I had to just jump back into it and say, okay, Lord, if this is ministry, I'm gonna let you do what you need to do within this, and you take control of the whole situation. And when I dropped Making Moves, I didn't expect it to go the way it did, and Making Moves went crazy. It did crazy numbers as far as me getting back into it, and I thank the Lord for everything he's done for this whole, just me getting back into it, because I've had people come to me, and you know about this already. We've had people come to us about getting free studio time and working with people who work with big time artists and everything, and just to see how God is showing me that he got us within this whole, thing of us starting our record label and just doing this music. And I just thank God for everything he's done.
Dope. So another question I want to ask you is, you serve here at the ministry, and
Yes.
Serving is a big part of what you do. Go and tell the people here that are watching, the kids, the students, what it means to serve to you, and how that translates into music, how that translates in your life, how that translates in your relationships with your family, your daughter.
Man, serving means so much to me. I've been playing drums, and of course I'm a musician here, so I've been playing drums at my church back home in Detroit since I was like 7, 8. But I never focused on like the money side of it. I just always serve because it's something I love doing, and I never had the desire to have money come into the equation of me serving where God wants me to. And it's just all about the love, and just keeping that mindset of that I want to do this for God and not just for myself. That's always what I had.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to be in a place where I let the money come between me serving where I'm supposed to be at. So me coming in here and serving, it felt like it just felt like me. Like it's just something I was always willing to do and everything, and willing to grow. And then how you guys came open arms and let me come in, that it just felt more loving, and I felt my heart just because I have a real big heart, and I have a very big heart for serving, and because I want to do this for God and I want to do things right. And how you guys opened doors for me and just came with open arms, it just felt more genuine, and I had to serve.
Dope. So, you're clearly faith-based. That has an effect on everything you do. It plays a major part in everything you do. So, explain to us where you came up with the thought for this song, No Worries. Like, what does that mean? What is it about? Like, what was the thought process behind producing this song?
Oh man, I was actually at work, and I end up hearing this beat, which is the beat now for No Worries. I end up hearing the beat, and the Lord just started revealing words to me about just the chords in the hook to say, no worries, and I'm like, oh man, like this is catchy, but it's also a message.
Yeah.
To say like, yo, we don't have to worry about a thing when we're with God. Like, no worries is where we needed to be, and to be in the place now, like how God like let this coronavirus get to a point where it's almost a nationwide shutdown. That and to be able to give me the song before that even happened and dropping it now is more. It's more than the right time for us to drop this song because he wants his people to know that, yo, you don't need to be worrying. You don't need to have no fear about this, just the coronavirus or just life in general. Like, it said in this word, like, don't focus on tomorrow. Just focus on the troubles you got today and have faith and that everything is going to work out the way it's supposed to.
Yeah, and the crazy part about that, dog, is like, when we had talked about like you dropping this track, and I heard it 2 months ago. Like I heard it a rough, maybe even more of that, like 2 months ago, and way before any of this started. And it's crazy the timing and how this is about to drop, and anybody could look at it and say, man, like that's dope for this time. But that's how you just like you said, man. That's clearly God working because it's like you had plans to do something totally different with the song. In addition to doing something totally different with the song, it was going to drop at a different time. Was going to do just totally different things. And you realize how God's plan works when you submit to His will.
Right.
And now seeing that all unfold, that's crazy. That like this song is like, yo, like it's a message from God. It's legitimately a message from God, and I think it's a dope summer track. It's something that you all can definitely rock with on a regular basis and bump, especially like, man, being at home, quarantine. You're just like, it's something, man, to definitely play, man. And I think it should be the anthem of the summer. I think it will be the anthem of the summer. And I think that's dope, man. So basically, you have this coming out, and you have something else releasing soon.
Yes. My album. I'm releasing my album, Testimony Tape, June 19th. Now, how my whole album came about, I originally wasn't even going to do an album. It was just going to be an EP, but I felt led to do an album and just to really tell my testimony to people who really needed to hear it. And I had to understand, like, just like I said when the Lord told me that this is ministry and how He's putting me into this field to be able to minister to people the best way I'm supposed to. The Lord has revealed to me that, yo, you need to tell your story to the people who need to hear your story. And I was listening to Pastor Mike Todd and how he was talking about your testimony, and it literally came like straight for, like, it clicked so quick when I heard about him telling his testimony about him getting the new building and everything. And the Lord was like, yo, I have a story for you to tell, so I need you to make this album and get this into place and let everybody hear your story, because there's somebody out there that needs to hear that, because they're going through the same situation you going through. And you don't know who that person may be, but if you continuously put that out there, that, yo, this is my testimony. This is where I came from, how I came about. It's stuff that I done been through. Like, I done been through a period where I wanted to really commit suicide at a very young age. And you wouldn't think that, at 8 years old you want to commit suicide. But I really wanted to take my life because I grew up in 2 different households. I had babysitters all the time. There'd be times that my mom would get off of work at 4 a.m, come get me just to go home, just to get right back up to go to school the same day, like that hour. So it's something that a kid shouldn't really have to go through, but with life and how people do the mistakes they do, I don't believe I was a mistake at all, but because of life and what people, the situations they put themselves in, some kids have to go through it, and I believe that the kids that go through it, that listen to this, they will actually feel where I'm coming from, and in hopes that it can help them get out of it.
Got you. And you're somebody, man, that's now hearing your story and having heard this side. You're somebody. You're from Detroit.
Yeah.
So a lot of people don't know that. We've got a lot of people, man, that's even a part of Firehouse that are from Detroit. So all my Detroit fam, put it in the comments. If you're from Detroit, stand up. But you're from Detroit, man, and basically every city's got their sound. Every city's got their vibe. So you tell me, man, for those that don't know or haven't heard a lot of Trey's music, Trey is one of those soulful, like, substance-filled rappers. It's kind of like your Kendricks or your Coles or your early Lecrae. You know what I mean? And even now, like the Andy Mineos, how he's got this soulful style of how he's communicating his lyrics. But with that said, what is a track? Now I know we've heard No Worries. They're gonna hear No Worries today, and they've heard Making Moves. what's a track that's gonna be on testimony tape that you would say, if no other track, listen to this. This is a representation of Detroit. If this is a representation of your Detroit sound, what track is that?
And you know what's crazy? Our sound is like totally different, and I actually shied away from the Detroit sound.
Wow.
But I feel like the track that's close to home will be the track called Blessed.
Yeah.
I feel like
that joint there. Yo.
That track, I feel like that one hits a lot home more than any other track.
Mm-hmm.
But because I created my own sound outside of Detroit and outside of Motown, it's me doing that track. So just the whole album, it's me. It ain't really the Detroit sound. It's really just me.
Bet. Now, in addition to that, now y'all, that's one of my favorite tracks, yo. When we update the list of what's going on, I go in, I check and see what's been updated.
Yeah.
Yo, this track is one of my favorites, and it honestly could go along with these times as well, yo. Like that song there is dope. But now, with all that being said, I got to get to the nitty gritty. All right, okay. Now give me your top 3 Christian artists right now. Top 3. Period. Now it ain't for 3 spots. Okay. But your top 3.
Okay, I will first, of course, have to put Lecrae in that. I would have to put Eshawn Burgundy in that.
Okay.
Then my last one. I would have to go with Aha.
Okay. Now I'm familiar with the first, a little familiar with the second, but the last one, you caught me on. So I'm gonna definitely have to check them out, see what's going on.
Check Aha.
But with all that said, I got one last question for you, man. If there's when this EP drops, one, tell them that, but 2, when it drops, what's one song? Obviously, you want them to go through and listen to the whole thing.
Yeah, of course.
But what's one song? Like, if there's nothing else they need to listen to, they need to listen to this track. What's the track that come to your head? Like, what's the track you most proud of? The one that you can't wait for everybody to hear. What's that track?
I believe that track is Closer.
Closer.
Yeah. I feel like with Closer, I wrote that more so, like, that was a heartfelt message I wrote down. And I feel like at that time is when the Lord was calling me to get back closer to Him. I recently had posted on Facebook that about how the Lord had asked me to open my notebooks, and I didn't even pay attention to where my notebooks was, but I ended up finding my notebooks, and I opened them up, and I seen like all these notes I used to take with me just spending time with God, and the Lord was like, and I was really in like shock that the Lord really put me back into it. I'm like, yo, I really spent time with God, like, but then it's like 3 years of me being married, like I really was spending time with God a lot, and the Lord was like, yo, I need you to get back to it. And this track really like refers to that, because it's time that we need to start getting closer to God, especially with the quarantine going on, coronavirus going on, and how lives are being taken away because of this virus that's not even really a big virus. So to see this happening, we really need to really get closer to God, just not for us to be at church, but for ourselves. Like I heard a lot of people that that's on Facebook that say, I miss being at church or whatever, but are you spending time with God? That's the most important.
That's most important.
It's not really about the church. Of course, the church is our home, but it's more so you getting closer to God, because we all got life outside of this. The spirit world is more real than the physical world. And we gotta realize that we gonna spend wherever we go after this is eternity. We can't switch it.
No.
We can't switch that at all.
Bet. Now look, we're gonna get right into the nitty gritty. All right. Now look, this track that Trey is about to perform is entitled "No Worries," featuring Darius James. Y'all check it out.
Firehouse, stand up. We about to get turned for God real quick. During this quarantine, we gonna have no worries, cause we trust in God. So let's get it.
Let's go.
Look.
Say no worries, no worries, no worries, No, we ain't worried about a thing. Say no worries, no worries, no worries. No, we ain't worried about a thing. Say no worries, no worries, no worries. No, we ain't worried about a thing, say no worries. Yeah, no worries. No worries. Look, no, we ain't worried about a thing. No. God told me not to worry about a thing, so I be eating. Faith so untouchable, why you think I be believing? Casting my kids unto him, I know that be the reason. Told me instead of being nature, just get on my knees and pray to the Most High, cause he got my back. Just listen and obey until he make a comeback. What you want in life, all you gotta do is just ask. Everything that I'm telling you, just know that that's a fact. So I can't focus on what tomorrow bring. Today is the day I be a better me. God is the only one we know we tryna please. Life is in my tongue, so I declare and I decree that I ain't gotta worry. Just put up buckets, get 3 rings like I'm Steph Curry. Take that risk, do you understand what it's costing? Seek him first and all my drip gon' be leaking like a faucet. No worries, that's what you call it. Yeah. No worries, say no worries. No, we ain't worried about a thing, say no worries. Yeah, no worries. No worries, no, we ain't worried about a thing, say no worries, yeah. No worries, no worries, no, we ain't worried about a thing, say no worries, yeah. No worries, no worries, no, we ain't worried about a thing, no.
Yo, that track is dope, yo. I've been on board with that track from the jump, yo. But yo, Trey, tell them what you got going on. Tell them the dates, when it's dropping, when the EP's dropping. This is out today, but go ahead and tell them what the EP's dropping. Tell them everything else you got going on, your handles, all that kind of stuff.
The album is dropping June 19th, so y'all be on the lookout for that. And I will have some more music coming out after then, so y'all be on the lookout for that. But I wanted to make sure the album gets pushed the way it's supposed to. So, yeah, June 19th, y'all be on the lookout for it. Testimony tape, y'all check it out. Y'all check out No Worries Today. That track is fire. So, y'all, that's going to be on the album as well. So, yeah, y'all be on the lookout for it.
Yo, we want to thank Trey for coming out. We want to thank him for taking time out of his schedule to be out here today and share this with you guys, give you guys a little backstory, give you guys a little snippet of the song. And yes, you can go and stream that right now. It is live. Go to Apple Music, go to Spotify, Panda. It's going to be on everything. Stream, no worries. Trey The Producer featuring Darius James. Look, we gonna run it up all day. I'm gonna be running it up in the car. Y'all play it on your stories, play it on your lives. Tag Trey. We gonna repost everything. But look, be on the lookout for the album as well. We're very excited about that. And Trey, we're just very proud to have people that, come out of this ministry that are doing phenomenal things. Yes, and it's not just Trey we want to highlight. We're going to continue to highlight more people over the next coming weeks, over the next couple months. So be on the lookout for that. Trey just happened to be the first one. But look, we're proud of you, man. We want to wish you some luck, man.
Thank you.
And much blessings to you, man. We're going to keep you in our prayers.
Yes, sir.
But y'all go stream this song today. We love you guys, and we'll see you guys on the next episode. Matter of fact, Sunday, tune in at 10 a.m. We have another episode coming to you all. Sunday morning, we're going to be finishing up the second week of Supreme, all right? So check that out if you enjoyed the first week. It's not going to be any short of that. So be on the lookout for that and meet us here on YouTube at 10 a.m. Sunday morning. I'll let you.
No way. I'm just trying to tell you what he tell me every day. He said you can get it if you only have faith. So I got to. Ain't no other options. Get rid of the toxins. Devil got me rolling.